lot of modes of transport will be coming, and one is okay, mode of transport is coming. Lot of mode of transfer will be coming, and combination of two power may support the two separate systems. You know, propulsion system means where you can run with these the gasoline and diesel mode. You have a propulsion mode, you can have a combustion. So this combustion heat energy will be generated. So heat energy you are going to have propel the vehicle with this. And battery source also have propulsion to move the vehicle to the forward direction. To be a true hybrid, the vehicle must have at least two modes of propulsion. For example, a truck that uses a diesel and to drive thus a true hybrid, the vehicle must have at least two modes of propulsion. For example, a truck that uses a diesel to drive a generator, which is turn drives, several electric motors for all wheel drives, and is not a hybrid, but if it is a truck has electrical energy storage to provide the second mode, which is electrical assist, then it is a hybrid vehicles. Basically, in these hybrid vehicles, one power will be supplied to the most of the all vehicles in automobile. Front wheel drive will be coming up now in the market, and previously we used to have a rear wheel drive. But if you want to go for a two modes of transport, and back wheels will be pushing with the electrical power, and front wheels will be pushing with a propulsion power or gasoline power or diesel power. That is the two modes of transport. And if the vehicle is moving in a city environment and all, where the pollution is more and all, you want to reduce the pollution, you can use electrical mode. And if it is going outside the environment, you can use the gasoline mode or a diesel mode. And if you have a two modes of transport, then we call it as a hybrid vehicle. These two power sources may be paid in series, meaning that the gas engine charges the batteries of the electric motor that powers the car are in the parallel with both the mechanisms driving the car directly. Basically, one is you can charge the electrical vehicle in a power source, or you can use the same system whenever you are running with a resource with a gasoline mode also. The batteries can be charged by easily by having the power from the gasoline source of engine and another propulsion of the vehicle. And the hybrid vehicle combines a gasoline engine with an electric motor, and alternator is a diesel engine and an electric motor. Basically, if you see the circuit of it, the hybrid electric vehicle combines a gasoline engine with an electric power mode. The alternate is a diesel engine and an electric power. One is actually pure electrical. You can have a battery, can have a MZ, and you have a drive shaft, you can have a wheels. And in this, we have a drive shaft will be there to connect to the back wheel, or the inside the wheel itself, you can have the system to travel mode. If you just give the supply of it, and the wheel itself it rotates. Most of the Chinese vehicles they have made it wheel based because there is no losses in this. The drive shaft will be arranged in the wheel itself, and automatically the drive shaft back wheel itself pushes the vehicle to the forward direction. That is one thing. Suppose you have an hybrid mode, you have a control system will be there, then you have a battery will be there, then you have a gasoline engine will be there, shaft will be there, and transmission system will be there, and you have a kind of belt drive or chain drive or whatever you are seeing in your two-wheelers or four-wheelers, gear drive or whatever the drive you are going to use, or propeller shaft will be using to connect to the system as usual. Then if you want to use it, you can use one way front wheels will be having a gasoline power, and back wheels will be using a hybrid power. Also, you can use it, and the same conversion switch wheel you can arrange it, and the same wheels also can be rotated with electrical power also. Just switching off, changing of the mode from transport electrical mode to the gasoline mode. And pure gasoline will have, that we discussed a lot of things about the pure gasoline engines. Gasoline engine having the drive shaft, and drive shaft is connected to front wheel or rear wheel, can push it very easily on the vehicles. The similar way, just only you have going to gasoline or as easily can convert into the electrical mode, and you can run it in the electrical mode also. And HEV is a form for merging of components from the pure electrical vehicle and a pure gasoline vehicles. And the electrical vehicles, EV electrical vehicles has an MG, and which always regenerative braking system for an EV. And regenerative braking system also one of the way to generate the power from the regenerative system to utilize the brake power or the wheel power also can be using it by using of this. And HEV enables regenerative braking for the HEV. The MG truck directly behind the engine, and Honda hybrids and MG is connected directly to the engine. The transmission appears next in line. The arrangement has two torque producers. The MG is the motor mode, and M is the mode, and the gasoline engine. The battery and MG are connected electrically. Because the motoring mode and the gasoline mode can be connected directly to the connected to electrically. And HEVs are a combination of electrical and mechanical components. Three main sources of electricity of hybrids are batteries, and the FCs, fuel cell cells, also the capacitors. Each device has a low cell voltage, and hence requires mainly cell in series to obtain the voltage demonstrated by an HEV. Difference in the source of energy can be explained as follows. The FC provides high energy but low power, and battery supplies both modest power and energy. The capacitor supply very large power but low energy. And the components of the electrochemical cell, including anode and cathode, and the electrolyte, the current flow, both internal and external to the cell, is used to describe the current loop. An electrical circuit for a cell which is converting chemical energy to electrical energy. The motion of negative charges is clockwise and forms a closed loop through the external wires, and the load and the electricity electrolyte in the cell. And this is about basically you are seeing this battery will have a anode and cathode, and battery power will be connected where cables will be connected to the directly from to the battery to the motor, and motor will be actuated, and motor will shaft will be connected to the wheel, and it can move it. And you have an electrodes will be there, an anode and cathode. You may be knowing it about the batteries. The battery of the you have a maintenance free batteries are coming up in the market now, and if you charge it once, and automatically the charge will be goes to the vehicle. If you have a full charge, you have number of kilometers will be the more. The less charge, it can have to go to the minimum speed. If you have a full charge, the speed will be the more, and if you are slowly degrading the battery, also the slow speed will be having less impact. Speed also will comes down, and it goes in a very slower mode. And you can convert to electrical to the gasoline mode. A critical issue for both the battery life and safety is the precision control by the charge discharge cycle. Overcharging can be traced as a cause of a fire and failure. Applications impose two boundaries of limitations on the batteries. The first limit, which is dedicated by a battery life, is the minimum allowed state of charge. As a result, not all installed battery energy can be used. The battery freed energy to other electrical equipment, which is usually the inverter. The equipment can use the broad range of input voltage, but cannot accept a low voltage. The second limit is the minimum voltage allowed from the battery. Basically, whenever you are having a ordinary gasoline vehicle, you have a battery. Whenever if you want to start the vehicle, you are using the battery power only to run the starter drive or Windix drive to rotate it. Once if you rotate it, the battery, and it will automatically disconnect it. And if it is disconnected, again battery has loses some power. Again, this battery will be charging by using of a dynamo. And in this gasoline vehicles or diesel vehicles, we have a dynamo will be arranged. Dynamo can be recharge again the battery for the next use of it. A similar way also we have in hybrid vehicles. First you can have a full charge of the vehicle. Once the charge you will be losing it, and immediately you can convert into gasoline mode, and you can drive the vehicle, and slowly it can be running the vehicle, and charging also can be possible by using of this hybrid mode. And history of electrical vehicles. Then we have a first internal combustion engines on the fuel is 1806, and then we have a first steam engine will be the 1769, and first successful gas driven engine will be 1860, and 1893 the first gasoline powered car will be coming out in the market, and running it. And that is about 1893. And Rudolf Diesel and Otto is a scientist who found this mechanism to travel it. And then we have a peak production of EV is 1912 and 1924. Not one EV and not a snow will be using it. And we have a 1924, 1950, and 1960. We have the concept of prototype and series of designs of EV has coming up. Electrical vehicles has coming up. Now, from the 1960 onwards, now still a lot of research is going on. Now it will come to an existence for running the electrical vehicles on road. Now we are seeing many of the electrical two-wheelers and four-wheelers are available for Euro 4 norms. Once the Euro 4 norms comes to existence, Euro 4 or Euro 6 norms, and you have to depend upon the electrical vehicles in running in the cities. Because if you have an electrical vehicle, you don't get any pollution or zero emissions will be there. And local transport, electrical vehicle is good and there is no maintenance also. Only battery maintenance could be required. And where we have the other maintenance is very less comparing with gasoline engines. Limited production on the EVs in 1970s. And 1980, we have a incorporate of the technology and advance into EV design. And the first generation of EVs is coming up in 1990. And now 2000, we have a uh, hybrid EV vehicles are coming up in the market in easing level in gas supplies the demand. Basically, in 2000 onwards, most of the vehicles are coming on the road and moving it, and many people are buying it and using for a transportation purpose. And now 2020, you are seeing many of the cars, many of the bikes you'll be seeing on the road with electrical mode. In the 1900, steam technology was advanced. The advantage of steam-powered cars, including high performance in terms of power and speed. However, the disadvantages of the steam-powered cars, included poor fuel economy and the need to fire up the boiler and before driving it, feed water and necessary input for the steam engines. Therefore, could not tolerate the loss fresh water latent steam condensed were applied to the about the steam engines we'll be using for a locomotives. Most of the there we have a boiler is required and burning of the coal is required and a lot of steam. The water should be formed as the steam. Then only the vehicle will with the steam power only the vehicle will be moving it. There is no this thing very heavy equipment is required like a boiler is required to make the steam and the steam is fed to the steam engine and steam vehicle will be moving. That is about 1900 century. And now we are in 2020. We are not depending on any steam power. And still we have a thermal power plants, but we don't have the steam power cycles will not be there. Then we have a gasoline cars also coming up in 1900 were noisy, dirty, smelly, and can take cross and unreliable and comparison electrical cars were comfortable, quite clean and fashionable ease to control was also a desirable feature. Basically, if you have an electrical vehicle, it's a very light vehicle because you have if it is a gasoline vehicle, the vehicle design itself and it occupies more space and all, and you need a lot of space for the engine design and all, and the passengers comfort also may not be less. But if it is an electrical vehicle, and vehicle will be lightweight and cheap, and there is no pollution, there is no environmental concern, and you can have more these things. And we have a lot of awareness has come up in the batteries also. Previously, we have only lead acid batteries. Now we have an alkaline batteries is coming up now, and we have maintenance-free batteries is coming up. And batteries were used in 1900 and are still used in modern cars. And still lead acid batteries have a long history since 1891 for the use as available energy storage device. Golden age of electrical vehicles marked from the 1819 to 1924, and which is the peak production of electrical vehicles in 1912. However, the range was limited for energy storage of the batteries. After every trip, the battery requires recharging. At the 1924 automobile shows the electric cars were on display. They announced the end of the golden age of the electric power cars. Now, this is the era of the vehicles of a golden era of electrical power vehicles. The range of gasoline cars was far superior to that of either the steam or the electric car. and they dominated to the automobile market from 1924 to 1960. And this is about the total history of the vehicles where we're going to have from the gasoline car and one dominant for gasoline shortage during in 1970s, which is created long lines at gas stations, engineering the electric motor to produce the superior car, um, um, heritage of line two yields that hybrid automobiles will there for getting of it. This is about the history of it. And we are going to have in 1769, the first steam powered vehicle has coming up now in this. And we have Benzene constructed the M Benzene, which could attain the speed of up to 6 km per hour. The early steam powered vehicles were slow, heavy, and they are more practical and preferably for a surface in a strong wind as iron. 1807, the next step forward, the development of the cars was the invention of the internal combustion engines. Francois Isaac P. Rivage designed the first internal combustion engine in using the mixture of hydrogen and oxygen to generate the energy. In 1825, British inventor Goldsworthy Gurney built a steam car which successfully completed the 85 miles roundup journey in the Leo House. Like in 1930, Robert Anderson Breedman, Scotland, built the first electrical vehicle. In 1860, Joseph G. N. Joseph Within Illinois, is one of the French scientists who found this electrical mode of vehicles. Built and first successful two-stroke gas-driven engine will be made in 1860 and 1886. Now history record indicate that an electric power taxi cab using a battery with 28 cells and a small electric motor was introduced in England. And the Hemish company built a four passenger cartridge powered by an 1 horsepower motor and 24 cell battery for the Sultan of Ottoman and Empire. In the same year, Magnus Volca and Brighton, England made a three-wheeler vehicle electric car in 1860, 1890 and 1910, period of significant improvement in battery technologies. And invention of hybrid vehicles in 1890, Jacob Lohner, a coach built in Vienna, Australia, foresaw the need for an electric vehicle that would be less noisy than the new gas-powered cars. He commissioned a design for an electric vehicle from Hungarian engineer and Ferdinando Porsche, who had recently graduated from the Vienna Technical College. And Porsche first version of the electric car used a pair of electric motors mounted in front wheel hubs and conventional car. The car could travel only up to the 38 miles. To extension of vehicle range, Porsche added a gasoline engine that could be recharge the batteries, thus giving the birth of the first hybrid vehicle and Lohner Porsche Electromobile. This will be named as the first vehicle with the hybrid mode. And early hybrid vehicles will be in 1900 and we have 1900. Porsche showed his hybrid car by the Fair exposition in 1900. A gasoline engine was used to power the generator, which is in turn drove the small series of motors. The electrical engine was used to give the car a little bit to extra power. This method of series hybrid engine is still used in today, although obviously with the further scope of performance improvement and greater fuel efficiency and fuel saving modes. In 1915, and Woods Motor Vehicle manufacturers created the dual power hybrid vehicle, second hybrid car in marker, rather than the combining of the two power sources to give a single output of power. The dual power used in electric battery motor to power to the engine at low speed below 25 kilometers per hour and used in gasoline engines to carry the vehicle for the low speeds up to the 55 kilometers per hour and maximum speed. While Porsche has invented the series of hybrid, Wood invented the parallel hybrid vehicles. In 1918, we have the Wood Dual Power was the first hybrid to go into a mass production. In all some 600 models were built by. However, the evolution of the internal combustion engine left electric power and marginal technology. In the 1918 onwards, we have a lot of gasoline engines has come up in the market, and most of the people are liking it and they are using it. And Victory Oak worked as helping of creating numerous hybrid designs. They earned in him the like Nichrome of the godfather of the hybrid in 1976. He even converted to bulk Skylark from gasoline to the hybrid. In 1978, modern hybrid cars are rarely in the regenerative braking system. When a standard combustion engine car brakes, a lot of power is lost because of disparate into the atmosphere as heat. The regenerative braking means that the electric power is used for slowing of the car and is initially collected this power and used to help the recharge of the electric batteries within the car itself. The development alone is believed to have the progress hybrid vehicles manufacturing significantly. The regenerative braking system was first designed and developed in 1978 by after 7 miles of the 7 miles to the gallon of many home conversions are done using the plane of this system that are still widely available on the interim. Basically, whenever we are talking about the hybrid vehicle and regenerative braking system, and whenever you are applying the braking system, and this braking system, because whenever your vehicle is moving it on the road, and a lot of heat is generated through wheels only, because of road friction and the transmission, a lot of power is generated and a lot of heat is dissipated outside. Same that heat to be taken into back and you can use it for the charging of the batteries. And this is the age-old technology, but still we have not achieved fully, but still a lot of things are going on to generate the power from the wheel energy. And this is about a modern period for hybrid history. In 1990, automakers took a renewed interest in the hybrid, seeking of a solution to derailing the energy supply and environmental concern, and created a modern history of hybrid vehicles, hybrid cars. In 1990 onwards, in 1993, in USA, Clinton's administration recognized by the urgency for the most mass production of cars powered by means other than the gasoline, and numerous government agencies as well as Chrysler and Ford, GM and US Car combined forces of PNGV partnership for a new generation of the vehicles to create the cars using alternative power sources, including the development and improvement of hybrid electric vehicles. This is about the history of the 1993, and a lot of governments, a lot of countries, they are concentrating about their electrical vehicles in 1993 onwards. And in 1997, the Audi Dio was the first European car, because you may be knowing it, Audi cars are very famous and very used worldwide, and it's a very luxurious car. And this company also has come forward in 1997 to make the Audi was the first European hybrid car put into the mass production, and the hybrid production and consumer take-up has continued to go from the strength to the strength over the decades. Basically, Audi car, you may be knowing it, lots of safety arrangements, a lot of luxury car, a lot of cost will be involved. There they can have a hybrid mode of vehicles. Their manufacturing of this Audi car can be run with the electrical mode, and it can run with the gasoline mode also. And this has coming up in 1997, an European version of the Audi and coming up in the market, and many people are buying it. And MG Hector also is now coming into the market, international market, and they are supplying the electrical mode of vehicles and gasoline mode of vehicles, both the hybrid mode, they are supplying it now. And 2000 Toyota and Honda Insights become the first mass market hybrids to go on sales in the United States with dozens of more models flowing into the next decade. The Honda Insight and Toyota Price were two of the first um, mainstream hybrid electric vehicles, and both models remain popular in this. In 2000 onwards, many of the companies come forward. After Audi and Toyota has come up, Honda has coming up for a hybrid mode of vehicles, manufacturing it and leaving it to the market like a mass production. In 2005, and a hybrid Ford Escape, Ford car also you may be knowing it, and Ford cars are very famous in India and outside the world also. And Ford is a very good manufacturer. They also come forward in 2005 to make the SUV vehicles, and was released in 2005. Toyota and Ford essentially swapped the patents and with one another, Ford gaining the number of Toyota patents relating to the hybrid technology, and Toyota is returned, gaining access to diesel engines patent from before. And this is a very good competition. They are making it and doing these small modifications and going for the patent and getting of the patent. A lot of things will be involved while making of it. And these are the things will be going in the market very in commercial way, in mass production. A lot of things will be coming into the picture. Every vehicle, the marketing persons will tell us about their vehicle design and vehicle concept, how it will work and how it will be easy to drive. And the present of hybrid electric vehicles, well, Toyota is the most prominent of all manufacturers. When it comes to hybrid cars, as well as the special hybrid range that have produced hybrid versions for many of other of their existing model lines, including several now owned the manufacturing by Toyota vehicles, Lexus, Lexus. We have a lot of models will be coming up from Toyota, and Toyota also making the hybrid mode of vehicles, and it can run in cities. You can have electrical mode, and outside the city you can have the gasoline mode and or diesel mode by running it. They have also started that it is their intention to release the hybrid version of every single model they release in the coming decades, as well as cars and SUVs. And means SUVs means we have a like a Jeeps and all models where we have there are a selected number of hybrid motorcycles are coming up, pickup vans and over road going vehicles, other roadway going vehicles, and available for the consumers to, and the list is continually increasing. Basically, manufacturing once it is started, and they can use the vehicles for a different modes of thing will be given. You can use a two-wheeler, you can use a transport vehicle, you can use it. And now you can electrical power is very cheaper. You can have the electrical power with the solar also. You can have a solar backup also for having the charging of the vehicle, and the solar bunks also coming up in future, and electrical bunks also will coming up in the future for moving of the electrical vehicles wherever we go. The charge can be made it very easily. And feature of the hybrid vehicles, how the feature of the hybrid vehicles, and the feature of the hybrid vehicles is now you can say that it's more and more, every day the fuel price is increasing, petrol and diesel, and a lot of every day a lot of variations is coming up. When I was a student, I used to buy for petrol for 5 rupees and diesel for 3 rupees. Now you can see the rates of the fuel and petrol, and these are very heavy, and they are very, but a lot of vehicles is coming, a lot of things are coming up, and competition is there. That's why you have gasoline vehicles are more and fuel rates are also increasing like anything. And since the petroleum is limited and will someday run out of the supply, and this is also one of the cause when my childhood onwards, I'm reading this, but still every time new production is coming, new supply is coming out, and but different rates are increasing, in the depletion may not be coming up. In this arbitrary year in 2013, the estimated one as billion petroleum fueled vehicles will be on the world roads, and day by day the vehicles will be increasing. In Corona time also, every person has gone to the automobile shop and purchased a new vehicle for their family purpose, for family security purpose. And recently, in Corona days, many people has brought the vehicles, cars and bikes, and lot of vehicles seeing in the market now. and gasoline will become prohibitively expensive. The world needs to have the solution for the 400 million otherwise useless cars. And if you have day by day, the cars and bikes are increasing and depletion may coming up, and you have to see for the alternate mode and alternate vehicles. And this alternate thing is only for now. We have in India is only electrical mode or hybrid electrical mode. Only vehicles is the future. And so the year 2013 gasoline runs out yearly means for petroleum will no longer be used in the personal mobility. And we are estimating our statistics in 2037, we don't need any gasoline vehicles. We always depends upon the electrical mode and electrical transport, reducing of the pollution or the available of the petroleum product also will be very less. That's why cost also will be more, and everybody will concentrate about the hybrid vehicles. A market may develop the solar power. I told already, solar also will be coming up in our India. In 360 days, the solar power is available in India, and you can get very easily, and you can catch up the solar power through the solar PV system, PV cells, and we are going to convert these batteries into recharge again. And in 2014, I made a solar tricycle for a physically challenged persons, and the technology I given to the government of India. In future, you can see this physically challenged people will travel in a solar operated tricycle, and with my logo and all. And this project is accepted by the government of India. Now in future, you can see this solar tricycle with a solar mode, and they can travel very easily up to the maximum speed of 40 kilometers per hour, and it can run with the 200 to 300 kilometers once it is charged. And like that, we have prepared this thing. I got the Indian patent, and I have given to the government of India for a free supply of the solar tricycles to the physically challenged people. This is one of the contribution from my side, because people will come and goes, but very few people will remember. In that, if anyone will be there, will be very good recognition. That is the word only will motivated me to give it to the government of India. A market may develop for a solar powered EVs of the size of a scooter or a golf car. Since hybrid technology applies to heavy vehicles, hybrid buses and hybrid trains will be more significant, because hybrid trains and hybrid buses also will be coming up with a solar backup and all, and it can automatically, whenever it is traveling it on the top of the bus, you can make the solar panels and all, and with the solar power also it can be charged automatically and bus will runs. Because we may be knowing it in 2020, 2018 or 16, the Hyderabad buses will be arranged to the airport, from city to airport, and battery vehicles are come up in the market, and the battery vehicles also still it is running successfully in the Hyderabad city to the airport, Ishamshabad airport. And I hope many of you traveled in that bus also. And hybrid electric drive trains also will be coming up. The term hybrid vehicle returns to a vehicle what can at least two sources of power. Hybrid electric vehicles indicates that one source of power is provided by one electric motor, and the other source of motive power can come from a number of different technologies, but is typically provided by an internal combustion engine designed to run the either gasoline or a diesel fuel. That is an now present alternate for the hybrid vehicles. As proposed by a technical committee, electric road vehicles of the International Electrotechnical Committee of HEV is a vehicle in which a propulsion energy is available from two or more types of energy sources, and at least one of them can deliver electrically energy. And based on this general definition, there are many types of HEVs, such as the gasoline ICE and battery, and diesel ICE and battery and fuel cell, and we have battery and capacitor, and battery and the flywheel, and battery and the battery hybrid. And most common, the propulsion force in HEV is provided by a combination of electrical motor and an ICE. The electric motor is used to improve the energy efficiency, improves fuel consumption, and vehicular emission, while the ICE provides the extended range of capabilities. Okay, now we can go to the energy saving, how to save the energy, and what are the different modes of energy saving and all. And in terms of overall energy efficiency, the conceptual advantage of a hybrid over a conventional vehicles are regenerative braking. There is one advantage I told you, that where the heat is generated, the VT is exposed, or heat energy will be dissipated through wheels, and regenerative braking system also very good convenient to recharge again to the batteries. A hybrid can capture some of the energy normally lost as the heat to the mechanical brakes by using its electrical drive motors generate mode to brake the vehicles, and more efficient operations of the ICE, including reduction of idle. A hybrid can avoid some of the energy losses associated with engine operation at speed and load combination, where the energy is inefficient by using the energy storage device to either absorb part of the ICE's output and an argument it or even substitute for it. Similar ICE, and since the storage device can take up a part of the load of the HEVs, and ICE can be drawn down seized. The ICE may be seized by the continuous load and not for the very high short term acceleration loads, and this enable the ICE to operate as a highest fraction of its rated power, generally at the higher fuel efficiency during most of the driving. Okay, these are the different things. In next class, we'll go to the and about the potential energy and kinetic energy, what type of energy is available from the wheels and the engine, and how we are going to charge it by using of this. Any doubts and clarifications, we will be welcome for this session. Any doubts or clarifications? Hello? Hello?
Sir, no doubt, sir.
Hello? Okay. Okay, tomorrow is 8:30 or 1:30 or 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock, sir.
2 o'clock, okay.
2 o'clock, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.